4:15 this morning, Jed. Continued prayers for
Yes.
Hawaii and that entire
That's
state.
an amazing story. I know the CBS, the national news during the evening, they're out there, and they're out there in the morning hours too. So that's a big, big story.
Yep, that's right. How are we looking here in the Sooner State this morning, Jed?
Well, things look pretty good. You know, we've had this cooler pattern that kind of settled in here the last 24 hours. You know, your Monday into your Tuesday really were very, very pleasant. We'll keep that going for about 6 more hours, and then that heat will start to nose back in. Let's kind of give you a view on nationally what's going on. You can see kind of that little cool, we'll call it a cool pool going on right now just across parts of the Midwest into the upper Midwest. And these areas right now, 50s to near 60. We're just a bit milder here in Oklahoma. We're on the back edge of a high pressure area that's now starting to scoot away from us. As that moves away, those south winds will start to return. But you know, one thing you've noticed is how much lower the humidity is. Boy, the humidity really came down after a cold front blew through Sunday. Now that brought some storms, had humidity ahead of it. But that scoured that humidity has now shifted way down to the south. The dew points way up in the 70s, way to our south and off to our southeast. That's that really thick stuff. That's where we've had those heat indexes up above 110 to 120. That kind of humidity. Well, that's going to try to start roll back up toward Oklahoma, headed toward the weekend as south winds return. But it's going to be a slow process. Still, though, humidity gradually increases with the heat as we go in the next several days. It's very mild. Right now, 64, south winds at 5 miles per hour around central Oklahoma. Temperatures range at 63 right now in Shawnee. Midwest City, you're 63. Norman, you're 63. Check out El Reno back in the upper 50s. It is dry, and it's going to be a sunny day today. Great looking forecast today. Another beautiful day, mild start. We'll call it a hot afternoon, up near 91, south winds. Again, you notice that humidity being a bit lower, dew points a bit lower. So we'll be a little humid, but not bad here coming up for today. I think you'll like it. Again, hot by mid-afternoon today. Most spots in the 60s right now. Those 50s kind of dotting eastern parts of Oklahoma. There's a 59 in the McAllister area. And as we check out the heat dome, it's off to the west of us right now. Watch it kind of scoot this way. The general trend is kind of shoving our way. Now, as you watch that coming in Friday into Saturday, that kind of heat dome kind of builds right over the central parts of the country. So the heat's going to really soar. We'll be back up near or above 100 with the hottest temperatures expected on Saturday. This will gradually start lifting up to the north of us, and that will allow for more of an easterly flow to come in. That'll allow our temperatures to come down a little bit, but still the pattern does look hot as we go into next week. Checking your highs today. Talked about that milder air in the east and the Midwest. Really looks pretty good. Some 80s, some 70s there, while our temperatures, you can see across the plains, start to heat back up. As high as 101 North Platte. They were in the 40s yesterday morning for lows. 101 by this afternoon. So the heat builds. The heat's going to start to nose up our way, and you'll start to see a pretty big increase in those temperatures from today into tomorrow. We're in the 80s yesterday. Most spots upper 80s and 90s today. There'll be some spots out west, Guyman to the Altos area that might just nose right up to near 100. As we check out your lows overnight tonight, should be a mild night, a little bit warmer. We'll drop it down closer to 70 waking up tomorrow morning. Still some 60s across East Oklahoma, and here comes the heat building, upper 90s, near 100 for most spots across Oklahoma. A lot more 100s and more of those 105 to maybe 110 type 100s across southern into southwest parts of Oklahoma. Again, the heat's the stories. Go Friday into the weekend. We'll start to nose that moisture back in, so heat advisory returns. So you're making plans for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Remember that heat will be the story, 100 to 110 on that heat index. As we check your temps, that summertime heat builds back in, a dry pattern. That'll take us into next week with most days upper 90s to around 100. Hottest day coming away on Saturday.